Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to the What We Said podcast. Should I talk in my Nara Smith voice today?
Wow. I want to go back and see Nara's videos of how her voice has shifted, has shape-shifted over the years.
I feel like she's, over the years, I guess. I was going to say, ever since her cooking videos started, though, I feel like she's always had that.
She definitely has
soft,
that relaxing, soft voice, but I think she sometimes plays it up. Like, recently, I think that's become her thing, you know? I love that woman. I love that woman so much. Nara, if you're listening, which you're probably not, but I just love her. I adore her.
She doesn't have a phone.
She doesn't have a phone.
No, she's not like a trad wife, though. That's the thing.
No, she's her own niche.
Yeah.
That's why she's so amazing.
Mm-hmm. You know what's something I really want to dive into? Not right now because I don't have the information, but I want to gather the information. It's something that Abby was telling me about. And it's about trad wives and like the traditional family dynamic. Mm-hmm. And Abby was telling me about how historically, actually, the traditional role of a woman is like what we say, oh, she's a trad wife. Like that's just how traditionally, like throughout history, it's been, where the wife stays home and cooks and the dad goes out and works. And she's like, that's actually not been a thing for that long. Like that's not like how they've been doing it ever since the world started. Like people existed. She's like, that's actually I can't remember how new she was saying, but she's like, that's traditional as in like maybe, I'm literally pulling this number out of my butthole, like 1880 maybe or something like that. But she's like, traditionally it's like, and in nature, that's not how it actually has always been, where the woman stays home with the kids and cooks and the husband goes out and works. She's like, the husband working hasn't existed forever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because I want to look more into it because
I would like to also dive deeper into that. That's very interesting.
Because the moral of the story, that's not necessarily what it's supposed to be. Like that's not what we have to get back to that. It's like that's a new thing. That's not how nature started, where the woman is in the kitchen and the man is out, you know?
Yeah.
So anyways, I want to dive into that and see.
I would like to do that
what's
too.
the actual traditional role?
Yeah. Well, speaking of wives, we need to talk about Secret Lives and Mormon Wives.
Speaking of trad wives. Multiple wives even.
Yeah. We both watched the whole series already. We had to for research purposes, of course. Yeah. And it
felt like homework.
Yeah, it did.
Fun homework.
It's such an easily bingeable show for sure, which maybe good reality TV is just very bingeable. Before we dive into that, I wanted to say we're doing our official summer itineraries today. That's what today's episode is.
You know we got to do a seasonal episode.
You know we love a seasonal episode. We're going to be giving you all of the details, every micro detail of our summer plans and the feeling we want to have, the food we're going to eat, everything.
Ooh,
we're going to dive into that. I feel like I had something. Oh, I want to tell you about a glitch in the Matrix experience I had this week before we get into Secret Lives.
Okay.
So I was trying to find something to wear and I saw this shirt that I hadn't seen in a while in my closet. It's kind of like wide boat neck, just light, like creamish tan shirt that's like super thin.
Okay, cute.
And I wanted to just wear that with light jeans. We were doing like a little picnic and I was like, oh, that'd be cute. I see it, okay? I want to make this very clear.
Okay.
I saw the shirt. I was going through my closet and I saw it and I was like, oh, I want to wear that shirt with those Levi's. So I'm like looking at the shirt. I'm like, I'm going to go get the Levi's and put those on first. So I turn around to the other side of my closet and I put my Levi's on. I go into my bedroom to do something. I come back into my closet. The shirt's not there. And I'm like, I just saw the shirt. I just saw it with my two eyes. So then I'm like, oh, I probably took it off. Being like, oh, I want to wear this shirt. I probably took it off. So I'm like, maybe it's like piled in my closet somewhere. I'm like searching the bottom. It's not there. I'm like, oh, well, I just went into my room again. So maybe I like put it on the chair or something. Going through my chair, looking on my bed. Yeah, my laundry chair. No, literally. The way that I promised myself those chairs in my room would not be laundry chairs. I'm like, I want to be able to like sit on these and relax. There has not been one day where the seat is available for me.
Yeah, same. I have one in my room too.
Stuff thrown everywhere on it. Anyway, so I'm like,
I was dying when you were like, we were talking about it. Maybe on the podcast or in personal life. I can't remember. You're like, I didn't want a laundry chair. I'm like, well, now you have two.
Literally
double the space.
double the space for all my clothes.
Honestly, I should get another one too.
It is so obnoxious.
How high my chair gets stacked sometimes, my laundry chair,
is crazy.
is honestly, it's a mystery to physics.
It's just like easy. I was telling Leif, especially if I'm just busy or like, I don't know, I'll just throw stuff on there to be like, oh, I'll put it away later. And then, you know, the end of the day comes, I'm like, Mama's tired. I don't want to put it all away. So yeah, the chairs get very piled with stuff. But that being said,
anyways, back to the...
That being said though, I had actually kind of recently cleared them off a bit. So it wasn't like I couldn't find anything on the chair, you know? So I'm like, did I put this on the chair? So I'm looking through stuff, looking on the bed. So I come back to the closet and I'm like, because I went to go get the pants, maybe I like shifted it in the thing, whatever. I don't know. Like maybe I hung it up somewhere else. I don't know what happened.
My thought is that it fell off the hanger and like, you know how sometimes it
and it's
falls
like
off?
stuck.
Yeah, and it's stuck.
I had that thought too. I'm like, okay, maybe it's like in between clothes. When I tell you, I went through individually every single hanger 3 times. So I'm like telling Leif, he walks in, I'm like, this is the weirdest thing. I just lost this shirt. Like I cannot find it anywhere. And he's like, oh, maybe you didn't actually see it. You just like thought you did. And I'm like,
him
and
gaslighting
now
you.
what we're not going to do is invalidate my feelings and gaslight me into believing I never saw it. I'm like, no, I promise you I just saw it.
Yeah.
So I go through, I'm like,
took
okay. I'm like, I'm going to go through my closet and see everything because it was bothering me that bad. I'm like, I just had the shirt.
Make me so mad.
Just saw it 2 seconds ago. I go through it all to the right. Nothing. I'm pulling apart individually. I am looking in every crevice. I go to the left. I go to the right again. Nowhere. Haven't found it since. I've been looking at it for a week. I've been trying to find this forsaken shirt for a week. Gone. Doesn't exist. Can't find it on any of my laundry chairs. Cleaned up the laundry chairs.
What?
Not on any of the chairs. Not in any cracks. Not on my bed. Changed out my sheets. Looked in every nook of my closet. Gone.
What?
Yeah. That's right. And it's really a shame because postpartum getting dressed has been already an issue. And like
that would send me over the edge.
Shirt, I was like, oh, that shirt makes me feel like cute and confident. And I'm like gonna, be going out and about.
God said what?
No, literally.
And I'll be taking that.
Yeah, exactly. I was shook. I can't get over it. I'm like, where did it go?
What?
It is gone. I'm telling you.
That is so weird.
It's the weirdest thing.
That's so unfortunate. I hate that.
We'll see if I ever find it. It is so making me so irrationally angry because I'm just like, what do you mean?
Yeah, I've had things like that, but it hasn't lasted that long. Where it's going on for an hour or two, and then you find pissed. I'm like literally storming around the house. Like this is making me so mad. I swear I just had this in my hand.
I was so annoyed. So anyway, I'll keep you guys updated if I ever find the mystery shirt and where it is.
You're wearing it. You look down. You're like, what?
I'm like, wait, it's on me. Literally. I've been wearing it as an undershirt. I'm like, oh, I forgot.
A magic trick.
Actually,
that's
crazy. So had to share that.
Nice.
Did I just actually reveal my entire boob to the YouTube podcast?
I don't know.
YouTube viewers, I'm gonna go ahead and button this up. Any life updates before we dive into a little recap and then get into our summer activities?
No, I do want to say I was extremely valid for being terrified of the seal because the things I've learned since posting or since telling my story, they're like, someone messaged me, they're like, it's good that you were scared of that seal because they can literally come up to you and bite a chunk out of your leg.
I'm sorry.
They could have rabies. And someone's like, well, you know what that means? Seals means sharks because sharks eat seals. I'm like, okay. So I was extremely valid for like running for the freaking hills when I saw that thing.
Oh my gosh.
And it's
not seals mean sharks.
No. No.
Well, I'm saying, I'm sure that is true, but yeah, that is terrifying.
Yeah. No,
I validate your experience. Honestly, the more I thought about it, the more I actually thought back to your story multiple times. I was thinking if that was me, I would never step foot in the ocean again.
Oh, so scary.
That's crazy.
It's scarier than seeing dolphins up close. I feel like if I saw dolphins up close, I would be like, oh my gosh, magical. They're jumping out, flipping out. Yeah. It doesn't seem like they can hurt you as much as a seal looks scary.
It does look a little scarier.
Yeah, so I'm recovering from that.
I'm sure you are.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you lived to tell the tale.
Yeah.
Did it scare you of like, oh no, I don't want to get in the ocean again for a little bit? Or are you like, no, it's fine?
No. I mean, you're not going to catch me surfing anytime soon. That's for sure. Mm-hmm. But it didn't scare me too bad. I respect nature. Mm-hmm. Let him do his thing.
Let Mel Robbins, let them.
Yeah. That's what I said to him when I saw him. He's sitting there. I'm like, let him.
Let him, and now let me.
Let him stare at me.
Go back into shore.
Yeah. That was the scary thing, is that he was staring at me. Looking right at me.
Horrifying.
Like, what is
this?
this?
You were his next victim.
Mm-hmm. Or maybe he just thought I was cute.
Yeah, so true. That's probably what it was.
Oh my gosh, you look stunning.
Never seen such a stunning girl in the water. How let's talk about Secret Lives.
Let's do it.
Unless you have more that you want to talk about.
No, I can't wait. It's been consuming my nights, keeping me up because I want to watch the next episode. Mm-hmm.
I've been substituting Secret Lives with Tom Lake. I haven't been reading Tom Lake.
I was going to say the same thing.
Are you not into it?
I'm still in the very beginning, so I need to really push through, but I forgot about it.
I was going to say it didn't hook me initially, unfortunately, which I really hate to say because I hate when that happens. Mm-hmm. I hate feeling like I have to read a book. That's like my least favorite feeling. But everyone said it was so good. So I'm like, maybe we just need to give it. Do you know what percentage you're at on the Kindle?
Oh, probably 10.
Okay. I think I'm similar. Yeah. I might be at like 15.
Yeah.
But maybe we just push through. Maybe like give it 2 more nights of reading or something. Yeah. Okay. And then if we're just over it. But I have been watching Secret Lives of Mormon Wives instead of reading. So I have not been reading as much of it. But
I have so many thoughts. I actually don't even know where to start.
I don't either.
I'm like, well, actually I do. Let me start by saying this season in general was, I don't know if triggering is necessarily the word. Because we talked about that last season. Like watching, you're like, why am I feeling
triggered?
I posted on my Instagram story and I just posted a screenshot that I started watching and I was like, I cannot believe this show is real.
Yeah.
And people were asking me like, what do I mean by that? And some people were assuming I was meaning like it was stupid. Some people thought I was saying whatever. Everyone was wondering, like, what does she mean?
Begging. No, I was getting messages about it. What did she mean by that?
I got 4 messages. But anyways, that is how I would describe how I feel about it. Like, I actually just can't believe that this show is real because I didn't grow up in Utah. Neither of us did. But I spent a significant amount of time in my young adult life there. Very transformative years there in that scene. Not necessarily the age they are, but some of them are literally, I cannot believe how young some of them are. Mm-hmm. They're like 23, 24.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking they're like 35. Mm-hmm. Not because of how they look. They're gorgy. But just because of how many kids they have.
Right.
And that they're on the show and that they're like in this, what feels like the same life stage as me.
Mm-hmm. You forget how young they are. Some of them, yeah.
It's so weird. I can't believe it's real because it feels, I like to watch reality TV. I watch it a lot. And I remembered what I was going to say. For some weird reason, I remember what I was going to say earlier. And it was that, I still get sometimes people messaging me, making fun of the way that I say both instead of both.
Really?
Yes. And
we say it the same. So.
I was thinking about that because I said dolphin. And I was like thinking both dolphin anyways.
Dolphin. What else would you say?
No, it was just the L of it all.
Oh, okay.
It just reminded me. I don't know.
We're both girlies. Okay?
I love saying both. And I will say both. That's all I wanted to say, honestly. So glad I remembered.
I am so glad you remembered, and I empower you in that decision, and I will also be saying both till the day I die.
Thank you. And I will be saying shiz as well.
Same. Can't take the Mormon out of the girl.
No.
You can't believe it's real.
Yeah, just because it's so close to home. I love watching reality TV, but most reality TV that I watch is
far-fetched.
It's so far-fetched and not relatable to me at all. Mm-hmm. And I can relate to some characters here and there, and like I watch a lot of Bravo. So it's like, that's the reality TV I'm watching. They're living in different places than me. This is it's
so close to home.
So close to home. The culture, it's the gossip I hear about in my real life of like people, just the same situations, the same. And it's also, I think what was not necessarily triggering, but like making me feel like this was less fun to watch as other reality TV is because it was like heavy. And again, they're just going through things that I feel like people my age in this culture go through. So it was more close to home. You know what I mean?
My takeaway from the show was that, and by the way, I loved the show. Like, I was hooked. I love these girls. But my takeaway from it was that there was not enough fun and positivity to outweigh the drama and the negativity of it
and the sadness.
in this season, to where it actually became towards the end not as fun to watch to me, because it doesn't feel like any of them are super good friends. Like, it just feels like there's not a lot of chemistry in the friend group. It's like these, you know, one-off, some people, there'll be a pair of people who are close, but like as a group, they can't move on from conflict. And so it's not actually very fun to watch, because it's like there are multiple situations going on at one time where people actually like despise each other.
Yeah.
And they can't move past it. Like, someone will be like, I really want to move past it. And the other person's like, well, I'm not going to. So, and that's happening in multiple places. So it's just like, well, now I don't really want to watch you guys all at dinner together, because you all like hate each other.
And you're only here to film. Like, you know that they're only here to film together. Yeah, it is. It's so, and I think that's what it is. It's like, it's so, I don't know. I remember when I lived in Utah for college, me and my friends would literally talk about like, they should have a reality show here.
Yeah.
Because there's so,
well, it's such a big show for a reason. It's such a big show for a reason. And like, I'm so happy for all the success that they're getting. And I feel like, go off, get your bag. Like, I love to see a woman winning, but I fear during some of this, it was just making me feel sad, because I'm like, you have this, you know, you got this amazing opportunity, and you guys are gonna probably continue to make more money and like get more famous, and there's a lot of cool opportunities that are coming your way, but just the way you guys are all treating your friends and each other, it's just, it's not giving girlhood and fun. And like, even again, when they're going out to different events,
I don't know what the hell mom talk is. Let me just say that. But it's not this.
No.
Whatever's happening right now, again, they keep talking about mom talk. Nick's like, what's mom talk? I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
That's the question.
That's the burning question.
I don't really know like what even mom talk is necessarily, or what it stands for, but this can't be it.
And even just like the voting of it all. Like, is she going to be in mom talk? I'm like, that's probably an angle that someone's pushing, the producers of some sort. It's like, oh,
if you're in
the, like, who's in actual mom talk, like that's kind of the point of the show. I feel like that's the angle they kept trying to push, is like, who's in and who's out. But by genuinely being like, take a vote, and in front of people being like, not her, I'm like, this is making me feel so sad. Like, it's very,
I wish I couldn't relate to it. I think that's it. It's like, and knowing certain people, even in, I don't know, not that I have friends that are like that, but I know of people who are like that in that culture. And it's just like, oh my gosh, these girls are so mean to each other. Like, to a point where, it's like you're saying, it's just sad to watch. It makes me feel sad that
it's like you want, and there were moments of people being girls. But I'm almost like,
they've almost lost the plot.
Is it rooted in misogyny? Like, what is the core of why they can't just be friends? Like, I don't know, because obviously the Mormon church is rooted in patriarchy, and there's a lot of like, so I'm wondering if in the background of their minds it is like they put
competition.
Yes, like they're in competition with each other. They almost put male validation and certain things above, like, not that you shouldn't put your husband above your girlfriends or something, but you shouldn't prioritize that. That's not what I'm saying. But something about just the, like, I don't know, there were so many elements that just felt like you guys are not actually friends, and you're not being like, you're not hearing each other out or being girls. You're just like cutting at each other's throats. And it's like so hard to watch. It's really mean.
No, it feels like, again, let me reiterate, love these girlies. I feel as though they've lost themselves to the show a little bit. And it's like, when you watch a show, you don't want to be thinking about that
the
fourth
show.
wall.
No, 100%.
But it almost feels like they're playing, you can tell they're almost like not playing into the show, but at least I hope so.
This shifted their lives so much. Yes. None of them grew up like
well,
in
Miranda,
this industry.
The Miranda of it all at the beginning, I was like, they were talking too much about the show. They're like, well, convenient timing because the show's popular. Right. It's just like, no.
I know.
I don't want to talk about the show.
Exactly. You don't want to be thinking about the clout and the money of the show. Like, even how they were talking about, oh, Demi was going to take this contract and she was going to push you out. It's like, I don't want to know the nitty gritty of the show when I'm watching the show. I want to forget about life.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the same thing. Like, it's a completely different topic. But when people go on The Bachelor or Love Island and people are talking about like, oh, do you just do this for social media, blah, blah. I'm like, don't talk about
forget this
social media right now, because that is the beauty of watching reality TV.
Yes.
You're watching someone live their life. It's also like when YouTubers, which like I literally do this too, when you're an influencer and you're talking about being an influencer 24/7, it's like, obviously it's your job, but when you're just like, oh, I have to film this and then I have to edit this, it's like, well,
I don't want to remember that I'm watching something you edited.
Yes, like I just want to be in the magic. Honestly, as I'm saying this, I'm like, I need to do that less, because telling people the behind the scenes makes it less enjoyable and magical to watch.
Yes. And it makes you, I don't know. It was feeling so, Nick was watching it with me. He was addicted to it as
gagged?
well. He was gagged, gooped, everything. He kept being, except for, now I know how he feels when I step in and watch a sport with him that I know nothing about, or I don't know anything about the team and I'm asking him a million questions. He's like, wait, which one's Jesse again? I'm like, if I have to tell you which one Jen is again, I'm going to freak out. He's like, whose husband's that? I'm like, okay, let's sit down. I'm going to pull out my whiteboard. Like,
literally,
this person's married to this person. But he kept being like, they're really mean to each other. I'm like, I know. It seems like we need to be really, what they keep talking about is like building each other up and being there for each other. And like, this is what friendship is. And that's what I feel about friendship, is that it's like,
about
you gotta
that
look
show
past
was
some
that.
stuff.
There were a few tiny moments of that. Like when Michaela went with Macy to,
that was at the very end of the
site.
entire season.
Yes. Like there were a few moments where even when they did that pregnancy roulette, which please let me talk to whoever's idea that was. But even when they did that and they were kind of comforting her after, like, yes, there were a few moments of like genuine kindness, but I just felt like throughout the show, it just feels very, you know what? I couldn't even remember what Whitney did last season. I'm like, get over it. Like in my head, I was just like, wait, what did she even do that was so bad? I couldn't even remember her crimes. Yeah. Can you remind me? Because you have a better memory.
I literally don't remember.
Like that's how quickly also you can, in reality TV season to season, you can flip. Like,
well, that's why I told Whitney last time.
I didn't even care. Whitney.
I told Whitney. I literally I'm like, Whitney, if you're listening to this, just keep going, because that's how reality TV is.
Works,
like someone can be the biggest villain. Don't quit after you're the villain. You got to keep going. Like you got to give yourself a character arc, because you 100%. Can always, unless you do something absolutely unforgivable, you can usually come back from it. And if not, it's good character development to watch and to, see. And people are sometimes rooting for you because they want you to have a comeback.
Yeah. She didn't like, I felt like her being like, I want to move past this and being just like having a new baby and stuff. Yeah. She didn't bother me this season. I was just like, great.
Not at all.
But again, I think just the unwillingness, like on so many ends of people just like sticking to it and being like, nope, like I don't want anything to do with you. Like on all of these, in all these different dynamics, I'm just like, you guys, life is not like, let's, again, if you feel like someone is toxic in your life and you genuinely want nothing to do with them, I can respect that. Yeah. But I just felt like there was a lot of that.
Yes, for sure.
This season.
And I felt like the reasoning for them weren't, and maybe they're all deeper than we think, like these breaks in friendships that like, again, all of these little fights that they have that are just unforgivable and they can't get past and they're just like so mad at them. Maybe they're deeper and they're not showing it, but it's, why wouldn't you? Because this is a reality show, so you should show that deepness.
Yeah, you should show the reasoning.
But a lot of it has to do with social media and the show of like, this is why we're not friends, because of social media and the show. It's like, well, then we don't want to be like responsible. I don't want to watch and like be the reason that you're not friends. You know what I mean?
Right.
Where it's like, well, then quit the show if it's ruining everything in your life. Like, we don't want to be liable for your life falling apart.
You're saying as the viewers and as people who are like supporting them and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. It's almost like, okay, it seems like all of these friendship breaks are because of social media or the show.
This podcast is brought to you by Squarespace, and we are so happy it is because we are huge fans of Squarespace at the What We Said podcast. We have both used Squarespace for so many different ventures in our life, for our personal websites, Chelsea for health coaching. I've used it for my photo presets and photo courses. We used it for our combined business, Balanced Boss. If you're an OG, you remember. Squarespace is the all-in-one website platform for entrepreneurs to stand out and succeed online. Whether you're just starting out or managing a growing brand, Squarespace makes it easy to create a beautiful website, engage with your audience, and sell anything from products to content to time, all in one place, all on your terms. Squarespace has this thing called design intelligence. It's combining 2 decades of industry-leading design expertise with cutting-edge AI technology to unlock your strongest creative potential. Design intelligence empowers anyone to build a beautiful, more personalized website tailored to your unique needs and to craft a digital identity to use across one's entire online presence. Something that I love about Squarespace is truly how user-friendly it is and just how easy it is. They have so many beautiful templates to choose from. And you can just basically input your info, like your logo, your photos, and your text. And it just makes it look so beautiful and also makes it user-friendly.
Squarespace Payments is the easiest way to manage your payments also in one place with Squarespace. So onboarding is fast and simple. You can just get started with a couple clicks and you can start receiving payments right away. Plus, you can give your customers more ways to pay with popular payment methods like Klarna, Apple Pay, Afterpay, ClearPay. So go to squarespace.com for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/whatwesaid to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain. Go check it out. Speaking of wellness routines for summer, something that I love in the summer is a nice, simple skincare routine that I can do in the morning, that I can do at night, that makes my face feel and look fresh, hydrated, and I want it to not irritate my skin as well. And I always am opting for non-toxic skincare, things that I put on my face or on my body. And that's why I love Primally Pure, because their products are all non-toxic. They offer skincare, body care, and home products. I love their plumping mist. I also love their soothing cream. I use it. Nick always steals my Primally Pure products because he loves them as well. They feel so luxurious and you know that they're good for you as well.
I love their baby stuff. They have a talc-free baby powder, which is so great for if you live near the beach to get sand off your baby, like put some baby powder on them. And obviously it's non-toxic. All their baby products are really great. They source ingredients from farms, forests, and fields that are regeneratively grown, organic, and wildcrafted whenever possible. They believe that nature has given us everything we need, so no chemicals, fragrance, or fillers needed. They're also super passionate about providing research-backed, results-driven products without compromising your health, which is amazing. I'm so glad this type of company exists. It's such amazing work that they're doing, and their ingredients truly are unmatched. From skin, body, baby, hair, and home, Primally Pure products are handcrafted with real raw ingredients to optimize your results and your overall health. So use code WhatWeSaid to get 15% off your Primally Pure purchase. That is www.primalllypure.com and use code WhatWeSaid at checkout for 15% off your order.
I just heard that FX has a new original comedy coming out called Adults. You guys, I just watched the trailer. I just checked it out. It looks so good. It looks so funny. It's feeling very familiar. It's feeling very close to home, which, you know, I love. I want to relate to a show. I really feel like this is the show our generation needed. So Adults is a comedy that will feel relatable to you if, like us, you're an adult in 2025 and you find humor in the everyday struggles of being an adult. You know, those things like remembering your full social security number or remembering to stay hydrated and take care of yourself. Maybe you're having your third existential crisis of the month. These things are so relatable and they are just funny sometimes. You think that as an adult, you will just magically know how to navigate everything perfectly. Like, oh, one day I will just wake up and really feel like an adult. And unfortunately, I feel like that's just not the case. I personally still feel like a kid, but you're having to navigate all of these, you know, sometimes serious things, or you have these responsibilities that you're just thrown into, and navigating them can feel a little overwhelming, but you got to find the humor in it. And you get to do it with friends. You get to navigate your relationships with your partner, and you're all just learning together. So that's why I'm excited to relate to the show and feel seen, honestly. Best part is that all of the episodes will be ready for your next weekend binge. So you can watch FX's Adults May 28th on FX. All episodes will be streaming on Hulu. That's right. All episodes will be streaming on Hulu. Go check it out.
I want to talk about Zach.
Okay, yeah, let's talk about Zach.
Because
poor Jen.
Poor Jen and poor Zach. Like, honestly, here's the thing. No, he did not. He's not going to fool me. You're not going to give me a few episodes of him being nice and I'm going to forget what you freaking messaged her last season.
Yeah.
Nope. I almost felt as though the reason either Jen and Zach are just, they don't have great communication maybe, and maybe they're not the best match.
Yeah.
Like that could be.
I think they have horrible communication.
That could probably be it. But in my head, the reason why there were all these miscommunications is because she's scared of him. That's what I thought. And so because, you know, they would be like, well, we told you we were going to do the Chippendales thing. And like, there is footage of her being like, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
But then she can't tell Zach that she knew about that.
Yeah.
Because he'll be mad.
Yeah.
And which to me, that's a huge red flag. It's
Yeah.
like she can't be honest with her husband because she's terrified of how he's going to react. So then she just does, which I'm not excusing lies, but then she'll just make it to him seem not as big of a deal. Like, oh, I think they're going to do this little Chippendales thing. Like, it won't be a big deal because she's scared of him, of how he'll react. Because he is very
obviously.
reactive.
Yeah, she obviously has trauma. They obviously have so much to work on in their relationship. Like,
but I just mean, that's
insane.
why I felt like she was caught in all these lies and like people calling her out being like, well, Jen, you're a liar. I'm like, I do think she's maybe like telling half truths, but I think she's so unwell and like she's not in a good place and she's literally like scared of how he will react to all these things that she just like gives him little crumbs of things. And then when the truth comes out, he's like, what the heck, Jen? And it's like, well, to be fair, you last time something happened that you didn't like, you texted me and said that I'm disgusting and that you don't love me anymore.
Yeah.
So
definitely.
I can kind of see why I'm going to fib a little bit because I'm scared of you.
With the Zach of it all, the last thing I'll say about that situation is I hesitate giving him that much credit that he is like a manipulative, like super, like doing all of this just to like get a certain image in terms of like he's this mastermind, charming, narcissistic manipulator. I hesitate to give him that much credit. I feel like, again, this is coming from watching the show, so I have no clue and I don't need to know because I'm not his therapist or in his life at all. I feel like he had so much baggage and was struggling with so much like insecurity, like you're saying, like, and he was like not living his true self and was just like taking it out all, which is not an excuse. I'm not saying like, so that's why he should be forgiven. I don't even know if they should be together, like definitely not. But it just seemed like he was maybe sometimes that's what someone needs is to be like reprimanded. And then they're like, they can see their behavior and be like, oh my gosh. Like, I feel like if he was a true scary narcissist, he wouldn't even be pretending to be humble and being like taking accountability at all. I feel as though I've seen people who are like that on reality TV.
Tom
Taylor,
Sandoval.
yes, where it's like they literally can't even comprehend, even when everyone hates them, that they can't be like, you're right, I shouldn't have done that. Like, they literally can't do it. And I feel like he was taking accountability and like, again, not to say they have healthy communication because they definitely don't. And obviously they have so much baggage in their relationship. It's like at that point you have to decide if you're going to work through it and both be committed to changing. And like, it's also very easy to change when something big happens right then. It's like, yes, your behavior, you're reprimanded. You're like, okay, I'm going to change. And then that first part, you're being so good. You're being so good. You really are. Maybe he really wants to change. Maybe he has lots of things. He's like, I don't like who I am. So I'm going to change it. And I'm going to be a better person for my family. And like, I've seen myself and now I'm going to change. I don't know, but that's easy to do right away is what I'm saying. Like immediately he is on his best behavior because he's like, okay, I'm going to get in trouble if not.
Well, exactly. But that's kind of my point. It also is just that it's like, it's a lot of motivation to change when the whole world is against you. And it's like, you're a piece of trash. Yeah. Like that's just it. And not that, you know, if he is trying to change and if he is being nicer to her and all that, those are all positive things. Like that's a good thing. I'm not saying that it's not, but it just feels like, again, kind of convenient. It's like, okay, well now you want to change because the entire world is like, literally not one person likes you. Like you are the problem.
Yeah.
So
and it's obviously so complicated with Jen because of their history. It's like they have to work on trust. They have to work on feeling safe around each other. She's obviously not okay. Like obviously she stopped filming. Yeah, she's not okay. It's just, that was making me so sad. That whole situation was just making me so sad.
They have kids together and it is sad. Like she's pregnant again. Her finding out she's pregnant and just being so sad. Like, and going through a faith crisis. Like I really have empathy. Like obviously I came in a little hot about Zach and I still hold to exactly what I said, but I do obviously wish them like happiness and a healthy and happy baby. And like, I don't know that they should necessarily be together, but regardless, like I hope they can find peace and healing and like all of that stuff. But I do feel like I just hesitate to like flip so fast. Where
No,
it's like,
let's not put him on a pedestal.
Yes, and be like, oh, he's a good guy. Look, he changed. It's like bare minimum effort.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I don't know. Obviously, I'm happy he's being nicer, and I hope that he is off camera as well. And I hope that they're working on everything, and they're obviously having another baby together. So it's like, I'm hoping
out of the
everything
two
can
outcomes,
be healthy.
exactly. I feel the same way. It's like out of the two outcomes, I'm not like, Zach's the best husband out of them.
Yeah.
Out of the two outcomes that he could have had coming back on season 2, I prefer this one.
I prefer this one for sure.
Even that situation when he was talking to Brett and Jordan when they were golfing, I was like, okay, this is like more understanding than the girls have given each other all season. They were like quick to listen and like quick to forgive and just like communicate their feelings and like had a moment where they were like, he's like, yeah, okay, let's not be petty. Like, let's move on. Like, I'm just trying to tell you how I feel and I would have appreciated this. And they're like, yeah, we're sorry about the mix up.
Yeah.
Let's hug it out.
I know.
Like, it's
a lot
so
more
simple.
a lot more simple for sure. Don't get me started on Dakota. Don't get me started on Dakota. Don't get me started on Taylor's family.
Don't get me started on Taylor's dad.
Get me started on her dad.
Asking if she's going to be a slutty cat. Do you remember that? Like people are all talking about, obviously, him slut shaming her.
Yeah.
But are we not going to talk about literally 10 minutes before that? She's like, I'm going to be like, what did she say? Not Regina
Someone
George.
from Mean Girls. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to be something. And the cat. And he's like, are you going to be slutty? And she was like, said something. And Nick was like, that's the weirdest thing ever to ask your grown daughter.
That is actually bizarre.
Why are you asking her that?
No, that's
and then
bizarre.
10 minutes later, like, what does that say about you? Like, what are you? What are you doing?
I have no words. Like, there's no words necessary. I couldn't with that whole conversation. I was just like, this makes me so sad. And it makes me feel so sad that no one, like, I don't know, kind of validates.
Everyone was ragging on her. Like,
yeah.
Everybody in her family was literally ragging on her, basically invalidating her, giving her no time to like express why she was upset with him, taking his side.
No, taking his side. That was the most crazy part to me.
Well,
I wanted to talk about this one moment that I just found like so dumb. And it was at the Halloween party when Chase came and he said something about, he's like, him and Taylor were kind of getting into it. And he's like, I want to give context to this if people haven't watched, but I can't. We can't possibly go back into all of it. But he was trying to get Taylor to admit like, oh, remember what you said to me at the gym? How you told me. And she was like, or how you told me that you had a sex dream about me. Yeah. Like Chase is wanting to say that on camera for everyone thinking like, gotcha. And she's like, yeah, they already know about that. Like she's already told the world that she said that basically. But what really got me is Dakota being like, you didn't tell me that. Like, oh, you didn't tell me that when I was married to someone else.
Yeah.
Why does that concern you? I didn't see anyone talking about that. How he was like trying to get her. Dakota was like, oh, you didn't tell me that you had said that to him.
I didn't know that.
What is it to you? I didn't even know you.
No.
She didn't know Dakota for 2 years, for a year later, until a year later. What does that detail
you're so right.
matter at all?
Yeah.
She was married to someone else and didn't know you existed.
Yeah.
Why is that relevant to this conversation at all? Like, and oh my gosh, I wanted to jump through the screen and be like, okay, like you're such an idiot. I was seething and I haven't heard anyone like point that out. I'm like, what is he trying to get? Like pick a fight with her? Oh, you lied. Mm-hmm. That's none of your concern.
Well, because they're always doing that, the tit for tat. Like once you start to get to that place in your relationship, run for the hills. Because you cannot be tit for tat. Like he wants to get her, she wants to get him. Like, and sorry, buddy, but she's got you massively. Your relationship started on lies. Your relationship started on you telling other girls that you were dating her for clout, and she's had a baby with you. Every time Taylor cries, I cry.
I know,
because I just feel so sad for her, and she's just so real. Like she just says it how it is. And she doesn't hide anything. And
she's also not mean. Like she's just not. I feel like even though she kind of fights with people, she will take accountability and like be like, I'm sorry I hurt you. And I just don't get mean vibes from her.
No. At least you know what to expect.
Yeah, you do. It's like, yeah, she's out there and she'll, make these crazy TikToks and whatever. But she she owns all of it, I feel like. And she's definitely brutally honest. I'll give her that.
Everyone was just making me sad. Like honestly, that was my main takeaway.
Same.
Jen and Zach. Bye. Not
Jen
the
and
Zachs
Zach.
again. Jen and Zach was feeling sad. Dakota and Taylor feeling sad. Like Demi and Jesse, their friendship, feeling sad.
Same.
Whitney feeling sad. Like just all of it.
I know.
I'm just feeling sad for all of them. There was no,
there wasn't
just, like,
enough
amazing
happiness
moment.
and redeeming. And even when they're going on these like party buses and they're going to events and whatever, I'm like, the energy just isn't there for me of it being so fun, of them all being best friends and like laughing about stuff. Like to me, that energy just is lacking. Like it just feels like, okay, we're here to film. Like that was fun enough. And now fight.
Yes.
I'm like, okay, at some point it's just, you got to have more like, we got to have some more good times.
Yeah. And I think going back to what we were saying with like the show aspect of it, it's like they all want to call each other out for kind of falling to the patriarchy. Like they want to be so like, you guys don't let a man tell you. And then they will have a moment where it's like, even Demi, when she was on the phone and all of them are like, oh, she let her husband tell her not to skinny dip. Like they're all trying to almost like get each other. Like, well, look, you do this and like, you're not. And it's just not real friendship. Instead of being like, okay, you guys, wait, like, I don't know. The way that they go about it, it's not like trying to help each other and empower each other. It's just like
trying to like,
got you.
Yeah, it's
look,
like waiting
look,
for
your husband told you to do that and you did it. Like, oh my gosh, like you are misogynistic. Like,
yeah,
it's just
waiting
like,
for
what?
someone to fall. Also, I saw Maddie Bad Broadcast. She was posting on her story about like connections to people, and it like feels like since the Mormon community just feels like you're always like one person away from someone else. And so many people have personal connections. You know, it's like, oh, I'm cousins with Jesse. My aunt is best friends with Demi's mom. Like I'm just making stuff up, but like stuff like that where it's just, you know, so many people who know them and it just feels so tightly knit that it's crazy to watch.
Yeah.
It is. And honestly, again, like I said, I'm proud of them for their success. Like I hope that they take this opportunity and run with it.
Take this advice.
Oh, take this advice. I'm like, and put me on the show. No, I hope that they take the opportunity and like truly like, you know, have so many fun things come into their life and become even more successful. Like I hope that for them, but I also am just like, none of that even matters if you're not happy and if you're not having fun with your friends.
Yeah.
Like the point of this show, obviously, yes, we love the drama, we love the tea, but it's also to like girlhood and to have fun with your friends. The fact that they are getting to like, oh, we're going to fly to New York. We're going to fly on this trip. It's like, well, have fun then. That's the point of the show. Like to be actual friends. So it was making me sad. And I felt like the sadness was outweighing my like happiness while watching. I was like, well, this is depressing.
I know, 100%. It just was kind of dark and heavy. Just like all of it was super, just this, I guess you just remember like this is their real life. These are their real families. They have real husbands, real kids, real parents. Like, and this is greatly affecting them.
For sure.
And every aspect of that. And you're just rooting for them all to just live their best life. And then can we talk about the last episode? Like
the cliffhanger.
Where is season 3? Where is part 2? Like,
I'm
what is happening?
Curious about what's happening there. I feel like there's so many different just
crazy
narratives going that it's like so hard to understand.
Yeah.
What the truth is. We need to stop talking about this because we've already been talking for far too long. We need to get into some happy summer vibes.
Happy summer.
Why don't you start us off?
Okay.
With your summer thoughts, itinerary, all of it.
Well, I have it written down in my scheming notebook here. I love scheming on my iPad and I love scheming in this notebook. So
love it.
Let me.
I remember when you first got it, you're like, I will not be bringing this. You're like, this will not be a regular thing.
Well, for certain episodes, it feels right.
It does.
Also, my iPad's huge. I was going to bring my iPad, but okay. Well, let's start.
Honestly, this is more the vibe anyway.
Yeah, this is
watching you
vibe.
read from this.
Okay, let's talk about, since we're talking about Tom Lake earlier.
An hour ago.
Yeah. Is it?
No.
Oh my gosh, almost.
But it's been a while.
Jeez. Okay. Since we were talking about reading already, I, for my summer 2025, want to read. Like, same. I want to be reading on the beach. I want to be reading before bed. I want to be reading as much as I can on vacation, lakeside, whatever it is. And I have a couple other books besides Tom Lake that I want to read. Well, we talked about Demon Copperhead. I really want to read that book.
I heard it's one of the most depressing books.
Well, I'm down.
Okay.
I'm ready for it.
I looked it up.
Just bring it on.
I looked it up, or I looked something up, and it was like, I believe it was Demon Copperhead. It was saying something like, with this book, like, basically, just same as what we were talking about with
It's just that doesn't
just like nothing ever gets better or happy. I'm like, I won't be reading that right now.
Awesome sauce. Well,
but it has been on my list. So.
Okay, I'll mix it in. Okay, I want to read Summer Island by Kristen Hanna.
Okay.
It's about like a daughter reconnecting with her mom. Like they're kind of estranged, and then something happens, and they're like reconnecting. I've heard it's good.
Nice.
I want to read The Magic of Ordinary Days. It's another World War II book. It's not Kristen Hanna. I think it's Anna Creel. Hannah Creel. I didn't write down the author. I was too lazy. But it's about like they're in America in like Denver or something. But anyways, it's about World War II. It's like historical fiction.
Nice.
I am also indeed judging books by covers.
Oh, 100%.
Like the cover was cute, and I'm like, oh, let me look into this. And it had high ratings, so I'm like, okay. And then the last one I want to read is Lonesome Dove. It is written by a man. I don't know how I feel about that.
It kind of like sent a shiver up my spine. I don't know if I've ever even written. I don't know if I've read a book recently in the past 10 years written by a man.
No, I know. That's why it has really good ratings. It's about, I think, like old Western times.
Okay.
The cover was giving, and the description was giving. It was honestly kind of sounding like maybe a murder mystery, Western, a little bit.
What was that book that Kate was telling us about that was kind of Western, like?
Oh, yeah, I need to read that one too.
Yeah,
it was a romance one.
Sounded good too.
I forgot about that one. I need to add that. I think I did add that to my Kindle. But those are some of the new ones that I've been looking at. I just love my girl, Kristen Hanna.
Yeah.
I think I just got so used to her writing that it's hard to break out of that. And I don't know. It's honestly been hard for me to read Tom Lake because I cannot understand
what's going on.
I'm so used to like how her cadence of writing.
Yeah.
And now I'm having to reread sentences. I'm like, why did she start it like that? Like, it's so confusing.
I've been, maybe it's because I've been reading it at night and I get tired, but I've been very confused about the character. Like,
yes, so many
names, and I'm like, wait, who is that?
Yeah.
I've been a little thrown off there too. But sometimes switching, if you've been reading a bunch of the same author, it is kind of hard to snap out of it. And honestly, if a book doesn't get my attention within the first like 10%, I'm a little hesitant.
Yeah.
But those all sound great. I feel like there's just something I love about reading is there's just, you could never read all there is to read. And so it's literally just an endless, there's endless books. There's endless list of just also different genres that you can go down that are so like unique and different. And I don't know, the world is our oyster.
Yeah.
It makes me excited to just like dive into all these different stories. I feel like we need to start following like book accounts.
Yes.
Honestly, if you are on TikTok, like if you start just looking up a lot of book reviews
talks.
and book recommendations, you'll start getting served them a lot. And that's like my favorite place to be on TikTok. I will screenshot them or look in the comments. People will be like, oh yes, this one's my favorite. And it's a good place to get book recommendations for sure. That is a huge part of my summer as well. I want to read. Although when you're saying read by the beach, I'm like, I don't know how that would ever be possible with children.
Those days are over, actually, yeah. Well, we can just go by ourselves.
Yeah, if we're by ourselves, for sure. Yeah. Like, I love reading in the summer next to the beach or whatever, but when you have a baby, it's like, that has...
No, you're applying sunscreen. Yeah, you can't.
She's eating sand. I'm just like, I don't think that I'll be enjoying reading.
Very true.
But I feel like summer is the perfect time to read. I also like sometimes to read seasonal-ish books, like... Obviously, books set in the summertime, I think, are more fun to read in the summer. And then when it's fall and you want to be more cozy, then you can read more books set in that time. And it's just kind of curates your vibe.
Totally.
Okay, well, I'm going to go through just like a few goals that I have, I guess, which reading every day was one of them. I also want to do a day where I act like a tourist in my own city.
Ooh, love that.
I want to do a full day of pretending I'm on vacation and I'm like looking up places, not going to any of the normal places that I go to, okay? Like looking up spots I haven't been to or super like highly rated, whatever, cafes or restaurants, even if I have to drive a little bit. Or maybe I do go to a place I don't go that often, but that is really good or something like that. But I want to just in my head pretend I'm a tourist and see it through those eyes. Go on a drive, go on a walk somewhere new that I haven't been to, a park or something, and just soak in all of it.
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes when I see someone else traveling, like I'll see an influencer that I follow that lives in Europe and they will come to where I live and I'll see just everything they're posting and I'm like, okay, wait, that's where I live. How do I not take advantage of like, I'm seeing it through their lens basically.
Yeah.
And it feels so exciting and new. And I'm like, I need to apply that to myself. So I feel like if I get into the headspace that I'm a tourist, then I'll see beauty and new things, go to some new spots, like take photos in a way I would when I'm on vacation.
Ooh.
Doesn't that sound kind of fun?
Yeah.
So that's one of my goals.
Love that.
That's only one
Can't wait
day
to come.
in the summer. Yeah, you're invited if you want to come. But I just think that would be fun. So that's something I want to do. I want to do more. Does this mean I need a lymphatic drainage massage?
Yes.
Chelsea told me if you have a sock on or like a shoe and it leaves a mark when you take it off, you need lymphatic drainage. Oh, that's good. I need to make an appointment immediately because the indentation on my foot right now
also,
is like hurting.
Like the tightest elastic.
No, it's because I don't have like, slender feet.
No, it's just
I have kind of
shoe.
like wide feet.
It's not you, it's the shoe.
Thank you.
Your feet are perfect.
Thank you.
What were we just talking about? Oh, the tourist for a day. I can't wait to come. We can, make TikToks. Oh, you know what I wanted to talk about?
What?
Speaking of being tourists, the fact that I only ate vegan food when I was in the country of France for a week and a half is criminal. It's the only time I've ever been to Europe and I only ate vegan food.
I don't even recall. Like, what did you eat? What did you eat that you can remember? Do you remember being like...
That's the problem. I don't remember a damn thing because it was so not memorable because I literally had to search for vegan places like left and right. I mean, there's always some good vegan cafes here and there.
Yeah.
But the fact that I did not like indulge in amazing French cheese or like
butter on a...
Yes.
Yeah. That's kind of tragic.
It's so bad. I need to go immediately. Thank literally the Lord I didn't go to Italy when I was vegan.
Yeah. That would have been really tragic. I've done that.
Tragic.
I actually have done that in my day. No gelato. No cheese.
Oh, that's
no
the thing.
gelato.
No ice cream. Like, what was I eating?
Yeah.
I need jail
No,
time.
I actually remember now that you're saying that, I have a memory unlocked of going, like traveling a bit of Europe when I was vegan and literally feeling like we were at a gelato stand and I was just getting like sorbet or something. And I had this feeling, like I remember talking to Leif and be like, should we just eat like the dairy?
Yeah.
And I was like, no, I need to stick to this. For what? For who? The vegans would come at my neck a few years ago. If I said I was vegan, this is so crazy to look back on because now I just couldn't give one rip. Like if someone, even if I said I was vegan and the next day I
was like, never mind.
Like, actually, I'm eating a full thing of ice cream. Like, I couldn't care less because it's like, literally, what is that to you? Like, who cares what someone eats?
Yeah.
But in that day and age, and I remember my friend telling me something similar. She's like, it was like a cancelable offense. Like, if you said you were vegan and then you started kind of not being and you like, oh, I'm actually going to get this burger or something, people would like flame you. Yeah. Be like, you are so fake. Like, I can't believe you would eat this. Is that vegan? And so obsessed. I'm like, oh my gosh, wow. I forgot about that era of life.
Yeah, I was right there ripping you to shreds too.
Yeah, awesome.
Look in your comments. How dare you? No, but the fact that you're a true friend because you ate a lot of that vegan food with me.
I don't remember this. I can't remember like what we would eat.
Super memorable trip.
I'm like, where do we go again? Your only time to Europe.
Yeah, it's irrelevant.
I remember eating pasta at the Airbnb.
We did have what's that place? Mama's, Big Mama's or Pink Mama? Something.
Pink Mama, yeah.
Pink Mama. I had that pasta. So
and it had dairy in it or something?
No, I think it was
red sauce probably.
Yeah, so I could have red sauce, but the thing is that I was so crazy about like butter and eggs and stuff like that. So
it's so weird because I didn't realize you were like living in that reality. You know what I mean? You're the one who's stressing about it. Like I didn't get the vibe that you were stressed about.
No, I wasn't stressed about it.
Oh, okay.
In the moment, I'm not like, oh, I was so stressed. I was never really stressed. It was just that now, hindsight, I wish I could go back and eat the good
more
food.
Yeah, true.
Like, that is just crazy
Yeah.
that I couldn't experience like true European food.
So are you planning on going to Europe this summer?
Yeah, on a food tour.
Oh.
No, I want to though. That sounds amazing.
Let's go next summer. That's our next summer's itinerary.
Yes. We've canceled all our summer trips that we've ever planned.
Unfortunately, Chelsea and I had a full-blown trip planned to Montana, lake trip with the kids.
This is the second time, by the way, that we've had a trip planned, booked an Airbnb for Montana specifically.
We booked a different trip to Montana?
Yeah.
An Airbnb?
Oh, yeah.
I do not remember booking an Airbnb.
I booked it.
Okay, maybe that's why it is. Yeah, we've tried to go to Montana twice, and due to unforeseen circumstances, it has not happened either time, which is actually really depressing and not
sad.
Okay. And now our schedules are kind of, booked up to where I don't foresee a summer
2028, baby.
Yeah, 2028. 5 years in the future. Three, okay. We must make it happen next summer.
Yes.
Obviously, we have gone on lots of trips together, Chelsea and I. So it's like
That's just easier to do.
It is easier, and we've, gone on lots of girls' trips and stuff, but none with the families, which is like, it's just gotta happen.
Yeah.
So much of our kids' and babies' wardrobes between Chelsea and I are from Riley and Crew. Benny has so many cute pieces from Riley and Crew. I've been shopping for her on their website since she was a newborn. She has so many Quincy May pieces too, which Riley and Crew is a collective, so they have a few different brands, Riley and Crew, Quincy May, Norley. It combines art and imagination, features hand-drawn illustrations paired with beautiful muted tones and timeless designs. Riley and Crew is more than just a clothing brand. It's a one-stop shop that caters to you and your children at every stage of life. Whether it's welcoming the newest member of your family in Quincy May, dressing your child in Riley and Crew for their first day of school, or celebrating special occasions in a Norley dress, they have an outfit for every occasion. This is also great if you have any sort of baby shower coming up and you don't know what to get the mom. Their baby clothes are so cute. They have just like such soft, nice onesies that are such beautiful like tones and really cute little drawings on them and stuff.
I find when I'm out and about and I see another mom and she has a baby or a toddler and they're wearing a really cute outfit, I'm like, wait, where did you get that? That's so cute. She always says Quincy May or Riley and Crew. Riley and Crew Collective's spring summer lines have all launched and they are the perfect everyday essentials for your child's warm weather wardrobe. So they also carry matching swimwear for the family. I love putting my boys in matching outfits. So you can plan a little matching moment for mom, dad, the kids on your summer vacation. They make for the cutest pictures. So you can visit rileyandcrew.com/whatwesaid and use the code whatwesaid for 20% off your first order. That's RYLEEANDCRU.com/whatwesaid and code whatwesaid for 20% off orders of first-time customers. This episode of What We Said is brought to you by Huggies Snug Dry.
You obviously always want your baby to be comfortable and be in a comfy diaper.
The new Huggies Snug Dry are luxuriously soft and ultra dry. So how soft are we talking? Unbelievably soft, you guys. Irresistibly soft. Doesn't your baby deserve a diaper that's oh so gentle on their tushy?
There is something really nice about having a little more peace of mind surrounding what diaper your baby is wearing, and
I feel like especially once they're on the move, once they're crawling, once they're potentially walking, Benny is moving around so much these days. And so I feel like she's starting to have preferences, and I want her to always feel super comfy and dry, obviously. They also have 100% leak protection, which is really game-changing.
There is something really nice about having a little more peace of mind surrounding what diaper your baby is wearing and not just being like, okay, this is inevitably going to happen a million times, and just trusting that it's really going to keep everything in.
As they get older, your baby really starts to react to different textures on their skin. If something's kind of tugging at them weird or maybe digging into their hip, the comfort of their diaper is very important. Imagine someone put you in very uncomfortable underwear, okay? It's not the move. It's not the vibe. So that's why Huggies Snug Dry diapers you can rely on.
So experience the unexpected softness and up to 100% leak protection of Huggies Snug Dry diapers. More parents choose the new Huggies Snug Dry softness versus the leading premium diaper. Huggies, we got you, baby.
Okay, another one of my summer list items is projector movie nights. This was on
I had
my vision
movie
board.
nights on my list.
Yeah. I think, we went to last weekend, we went to like a Western movie night and that our friends were putting on and it was so cute. And they had this big projector and it was playing a Western movie night. And before this, I Nick had actually bought from our neighbor. They were like selling projectors, like big screens and projectors, and we bought one and for our backyard. And I'm like, okay, that's going to be so fun to like set up a projector and watch a movie outside. That'll
So
be
fun.
like such a vibe in the summer when the weather's nice. So I definitely want to do that. I want to watch Pride and Prejudice on that because we need to watch Pride and Prejudice.
That would be so fun.
Yeah.
Maybe
another summer movie or something, but
yes, I had movie nights written down on my list because I fear as though I have not been watching enough movies in my life. I feel like movies are so much more impactful and interesting than a show. Like it's fun to catch up on a show or watch episodes of a show, but sometimes I struggle with the commitment of a movie because it just feels like it's so long.
yeah.
And, you know, if it's like a weeknight, I'm like, well, I'm not going to watch a 3-hour movie right now. But then I'll watch 5 episodes of Secret Life. So make it make sense.
Yeah.
But I feel like I'm missing that from my life. I'm like, I need to watch more movies because movies are just there are so many good movies I haven't seen. And even classic type movies that I always hear people talking about that I'm like, I really need to watch that. And Leif likes movies too. So I'm like, we need to just do more movie nights in general, whether it's little just me and Leif on the couch, whether it's girls' night. I need more movies in my life. So I'm excited about your projector. That'll be so fun.
I know it'll be really fun. That's another one of mine.
I feel like the kids will love that too.
Yes, for sure.
It'll be so fun. Well, if we're talking about trips, which we were a little bit earlier, I have only 2 trips planned for the summer. And one of them is a mountain type trip, which kind of goes along with you're also doing like a mountainy type trip with your family. And I'm going to a family reunion, which I did 2 years ago. This has been booked for a year. So we're doing that trip with like my whole extended family. And because of that, I don't know, I'm just trying to also, as far as summer travel, summer's such a fun time to travel, but it's also such a fun time to just be at home, like especially where we live. And so the past few years, I've really tried to just be like, I want to be here most of the time because why else do I live here if I'm not, you know, enjoying all that it has to offer? So the 2 trips that I have planned is that family trip. You know, more things might pop up, but then a trip to the East Coast. So we're going to go to Rhode Island towards the end of summer. And I feel like that's just going to be so fun. I've never been. I've been to Maine and I've been to Nantucket, which I love. And I didn't go during the summer. I went kind of like end of fall-ish, actually. It was like really cold. And so I'm so excited to like have that East Coast summer vibe. I've always wanted to experience it. So that's been on my list forever. So I'm really excited to go there. And those are my only trips, like a mountain-esque trip and an East Coast summer trip. And the rest, I'll just be here. I'm sure little things will come up here and there as they do. Like, I don't think I'm going to go on a massive vacation or something, but just like little things here and there. But that's my plan.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love a mountain trip in the summer. We're going to Idaho and I want to do it all. I want to fish. I want to be in my country, the chicks era, cowboy take me away.
With your Tacovas on.
Yes. Tacovas packed, cowboy hat packed, summer pilgrim dress packed.
Yep. I can't wait.
I don't know if I want to fish, so let's not be crazy, but I want to know that my husband's fishing, you know, getting us dinner for the night.
Catch of the night.
Yeah.
Would you eat a fish that Nick caught?
Oh, for sure.
You would?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm kind of surprised by that, actually.
Why? What would he do to it?
No, I don't think you really like from seafood the wild that much. Do you?
Yeah. I don't mind it.
Okay.
I don't like love it, but
yeah,
I'm not like seething for it, but I also like it. Like
seething for fresh caught fish.
Maybe you're thinking because Nick's allergic to shellfish.
Yeah, you guys don't eat seafood that much, I feel like.
So we're not really like, you know, chugging oysters all the time. But nice. What's there? Trout?
I don't know.
I would eat that.
I love a smoked trout dip.
Oh my gosh, it would be so good.
I actually do love a trout dip.
So that is really the main trip I have planned. I really want to go camping. We've been wanting to go camping.
I put that on my list and then I took it off because that's not my truth.
Yeah. I'll go camping alone then.
Yeah. You can go
me.
You can go on a solo camp out.
No.
I mean, I think I would have fun, but that's not like a priority for me this summer, unfortunately, even though I think it will be a blast if you go.
Yeah. I think that between a bunch of different like trips, with the mountain trip, camping, anything, like I want to be in nature this summer.
Yeah.
I want to be outside. I want to not be worried about, I don't know, just literally I'm being the cringe person from all of those TikToks I send JC that are like, when you have that friend who's cringe, but you still like them. And they're just like, the Atlantic Ocean is me. Like that is me, unfortunately. But I want to be in nature. Like I want my toes in the sand. I want to hear the whispers of the wind in my ear.
No, you know what?
And no internet.
I did actually have that written down that I want to be in nature as much as possible. I just want to be outside a lot. I want to do picnics with friends, long walks, farmers markets. Like I want to be outside a lot this summer. I just want to feel the sunshine. I want to move a lot more. I feel like
I want to move.
No, I'm not exaggerating, because I feel like I'm just always like stagnant in my house, like working on my computer. I'm like, I just need to be, even if I need to do something on the phone or like make a call, I need to like go on a walk with Benny and just do that while I'm walking. Like I want to just be moving and not stagnant. I want to be outside a lot. Camping is maybe a stretch when I say outside, connected with nature.
Yeah, that's really going a lot. I've really been putting thought into that. That's the only reason I'm saying that. Like we've been really thinking we need to get some camping stuff.
Well, also if you have the appropriate gear, I actually think it's so fun. Like if I was able to sleep, if I knew for a fact I was going to actually like sleep comfortably and we are going to a beautiful place, I would be down. I think it's just if it's kind of random, like, well, let's go tomorrow, and we like don't have the stuff and it's in a random place. I'm just like, that I would rather sleep in my bed. Let's be real. But I also just want to stay committed to my workout routine. And I feel like the thing that just kept coming up in my mind when I was thinking about summer is just wellness. I just want to be well. I want to be healthy. I want to be energized. I want to be moving a lot. I want to be eating healthy foods. I want to stick to my workout routine, which, yes, I will go into micro detail for you because I know that's why you came. I want to do weightlifting 3 times a week still. And then on the off days, I would love to do Pilates or yoga or like a sculpt class or just a long walk. Definitely on the weekends, though, I still want to be like going on long walks and stuff like that. I feel like I'm still following I'm on the Sweat app. I just do the power program. So it's just dumbbells, which I like. I'm not doing all the fancy gym stuff right now, but it's enough for me. Like I feel sore. I feel like it makes me feel good. So I want to keep up with all of that this summer. And I feel like for me, summer is the easiest time for me to be healthy. I don't know if it's like a lot of fruit is in season and like fresh stuff. I don't know what it is. And maybe it's just the sunshine and the good weather.
Be outside.
But yeah, I desire it so much more in the summer. And I feel like it's more attainable.
Yeah.
Like even just to have like summer dinners and so I'm like, this just feels like I feel more excited and rejuvenated and motivated to keep going when I'm in the summer. So I feel like since that's approaching, I'm happy that I'm feeling that way.
I haven't had a drip of water today. A drip. As you're saying that, I'm like, yeah, you want to feel hydrated. And I'm like, did I have a sip of water yet? And what time is it? Almost dusk? Anyways, I love that. I think that's true for summer. I think you are feeling kind of hot, so you do want to feel hydrated. You want like salads or smoothies, cold stuff. You're not wanting like heavy food anyways. You don't want to be bogged down by like tons of, I don't know.
I know, it just feels more fresh. I've been wanting to make like all the recipes that I've been pinning or looking at are, like you said, very light, like an arugula salad with lemon and like a halibut, like white fish with green beans and rice. Like it's just light, fresh stuff. And all of that just sounds so good.
Yeah. I wrote down my combo, my wellness combo is, well, first of all, I want to stay on my running and Pilates. That's my combo of choice because I just love running, and the summer running here in the summer is so nice. It's such, I don't know, there's just something so therapeutic about it. Like this morning I ran and then I ran down to the beach and then I like got in the water afterwards, not fully submerged because I didn't want to come face to face with Mr. Seal again, but I like got and like splashed my face. And it was so rejuvenating and so therapeutic just to, I don't know, have that, like work myself up to where I want to like get in the water and then get in the water. And best way to start my day. I'm not doing that every day, by the way. That's a little too many steps, you know. But things like that, like
So
that
refreshing,
motivates
though.
me to be outside, like you were saying, and just working out. And I love that combination with Pilates. I don't want to just be running. I feel like running is a little hard on my knees and like ankles and things.
I was just talking to my friend about how I feel like just it's so good to do a combination of things. I feel like if you get stuck in just one exercise, like everyone has their preferences. If you feel good doing that, then like by all means. But I feel like for me, when I just get too stuck in one thing, I feel like my body craves something else. And also I just get kind of bored personally. So to have a combo and mix it up is so nice. That's why I like the base of something. And then on the other days you can do Pilates, or you can be like, I'm just going to do a workout class or something different. Like I'm open to whatever. If it's a hot yoga class, I'm down. If it's Pilates, if it's sculpt, if it's
cycling,
like anything.
Bar, no, I'm down to try anything new. I also, speaking of wellness, I really want to make a lot of drinks this summer.
Nice.
I want to make some lemonades. I want to make some, juices, some wellness elixirs, like homemade things like that.
Yeah.
Because again, I like to cook, but Nick, honestly, my master plan has worked so well. He is the chef. Like he cooks all the food. It's kind of taking a load off me, so I can cook when I want. And, but I'm not feeling like, what should I make today? Like what do I need to cook today? It's taken the need and the feeling that I need to cook all the time, which has kind of made me a little more motivated to try things. But
when you don't feel like you have to, it's honestly more fun.
Yes, for sure. So I'm not as like, this summer I need to cook. Thank you, Nick. But I do want to make drinks. I just always am craving a fresh drink to like, I don't know, just bring with me or give guests when they come over. And we be having guests in the summer here.
Yeah.
It's basically a bed and breakfast.
Yeah, literally, you're running a hotel. When you live here, you are running a full
Your
service
guest room
hotel.
is stocked. Yeah, it's like you are ready for in and out visitors.
Yes.
And that's what I have to offer them. Drinks.
Yeah, I love that.
A soda here and there, dirty soda. Speaking of, okay, I'm going to stop saying speaking of.
Speaking of Mormon.
Pastor Lake. I mean, speaking of SLOMW.
I'm surprised at how quickly that acronym came to me. Like when I started typing it, I'm like,
SLOMW.
SLOMW. At the beginning, I was like, this is crazy. Like when I would see people type, and then now it's just part of my everyday jargon.
I know.
Okay, I'll just keep these few little things brief. I want to go to sleep earlier.
I want to go to sleep.
I want to prioritize rest and just recharging, but in order to wake up at the appropriate time, I want to wake up and like, even get my workout routine before Benny wakes up or something. I need to go to sleep earlier. I've been going to sleep every night at midnight, and it's just not the vibe. No. I want to go to sleep hours earlier than that, and I want to comfortably wake up and just be like energized and refreshed and have gotten enough sleep. I don't want to feel tired. So that's something that I need to prioritize. It's so weird because before I had kids, I went to bed way earlier.
Yeah.
I'm like, why am I going to bed so late?
I know why.
Why?
Because it's
like you're alone. It's like your me time.
Yeah. It's like almost an act of rebellion because you finally have your time. You're like, I'm not going to just all of a sudden go to sleep and like give my free time to sleep now.
That's true.
This time is for me that I can finally turn it off.
No, that's so true. That's exactly what it is. Because it's like true uninterrupted time. And you also feel no guilt because it's like, well, they're asleep.
Yep.
So you're like, well, I can do whatever I want now. I heard someone was saying they go to the gym at like 9 p.m. because they're like, well, that's when my kids are asleep. I'm like, honestly, I get it. Like, I actually completely understand
100%.
Wanting to do that because you're just like, well, this is my me time and I'm going to spend it however I want.
Definitely.
But yeah, that being said, I do want to go to sleep earlier, and then I want dedicated scheming time every day, whether it's in the morning or at night. I just want time to like, I forget what they call this. Oh, being alone with your thoughts, actually.
Boredom. Oh yeah.
Meditation. But I feel like girl Boss Town posted once about this, and she was saying how she will do like an hour. I don't know if I'm putting words in her mouth, something to this effect though, where she would do like an hour every day. I think it was in the morning completely without her phone, where it was just creative time. So she would just like go through magazines and go through old campaigns, and like, I don't even know if she had any technology. It might've been technology free, like not even Pinterest or anything. It's just like true creation and just like thinking about ideas and writing stuff down. And I'm like, that is free. Number one, I mean, I guess to buy the magazines or something, but it is free to think on your own and to not be bombarded by things. It like sometimes seems so
luxurious.
Yeah, like, I can't give up an hour to like do that. And maybe an hour is a stretch, but even 30 minutes in the morning after my workout without my phone, where I'm just like thinking of things, writing things down, like looking at creative things, that sounds so refreshing to me.
Yeah.
And I think realistically, that would probably be something I would do at night, just thinking about my lifestyle, which again, I need to go to bed, so we need to fit all these things in. We'll see. But I would love just some dedicated time, even if it's 20 minutes, to just like think about creative things. And that goes hand in hand.
Brain dump. Yeah.
Yes, that goes hand in hand with doing photography more, which I've been doing a lot more photography lately. And I've just been shooting things mostly for friends and stuff. But it's been so fun. And I feel like it's rejuvenating a part of my soul that's been dormant for a while. Just like exercising my creativity in that way. And yeah, it's been so fun. And so I want to just keep up with that. And I want to pair it with kind of the dedicated creative time every day to just like really pour into myself in that way and get my fix, because I think that's such an important part of like my self and my identity, I guess, is just being a creative person. There's so many different ways to be creative, but I think like I just love imagery and videos and things like that so much that I just want dedicated time to that, like a lot of it.
I love that.
As much as I can.
Amazing.
So that's pretty much all my summer plans.
Well, it'll be great for my summer documentation.
She's like, it'll be great for my Instagram. Thank you so much.
I'm like, thank you. That goes into my growing my social media. Can't wait to hire you. No, I'm just kidding. No, mine goes off of your creative time, my last one, because these two things kind of go together. But the last two I have is like collecting things. I'm like being a hoarder. And journaling like everywhere, anytime, as much as possible, because although this was not free, I'm like, just cost $300 to journal your thoughts, you guys. But this, I feel like, has been so nice to have. Obviously, you don't have to get this journal, but just anything that's not your phone. Because for me, when I get this out, I know I'm writing. I'm not like, oh, wait, how all of a sudden, how am I on Revolve? Like, how am I suddenly checking out, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I just get so lost on my phone. I literally cannot even track the train of thoughts that go onto my phone of how I end up somewhere. But here, I have like one destination, I have one thing, and I'm able to just like be with my thoughts, record. I've been writing down. I have no rules for what I write down here. I have like a couple different notebooks. One of them is literally called scheming, where I will just draw things. But even we went to the beach the other day and I just like started sketching. I'm not good at drawing, but I just like drawing for the fun of it. I'm like, who cares? This doesn't have to be good.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna like draw what I see and like try and remember with drawings and like I like traced a shell that I found that day. And just little things like that were just making me, not that I was like, I know I have $1 million business idea, but I just was feeling so
inspired,
I was say lightheaded, so inspired and so light. Like, where's my phone? Like, I'm alone with my thoughts. Hurry! I need to scroll. No, I want that energy all summer. I've been collecting as many shells as possible, allegedly, in case it's illegal and I get fined.
I think what you're saying even is just doing things with your hands. Like,
yes,
it's just creating. It's in any way, big or small. That's why I'm so drawn to photography, is because it's like something that I'm physically holding.
Yes.
I'm not on my phone for hours when I'm, in a field with a subject and my camera, and it's like I'm creating something that is a vision that I have or whatever it is, and then it just feels so much more. And obviously, even doing, there's so many different things: cooking, baking, pottery, sewing, crocheting. Like, there's so many things that you can do with your hands. But I think that is the key, is like, just technology free, doing something with your hands. That's what makes you feel connected.
Exactly. Because it feels more like, what is the word I'm trying to say? Emitting your
frequency.
I wanted to say exports so bad. Yeah, I'm like, it's exporting, not importing. But kind of. You're not getting bombarded.
Well, you're creating, not consuming.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
You're not getting bombarded with other people's stuff all the time. You're able to just be yourself and I had this thought the other day, and I've really been thinking about like my purpose and like what that means as a mother, like as a friend, as a daughter, as a spouse, like just as a sister, just all these different things of my purpose. And I'm like, and I figured it out, you guys. But one of the things that just keeps popping in my head is leaving the earth better than I found it. Like just creating beautiful things, whether that's memories, whether that's good feelings, whether that's support, whatever that looks like, just trying to put a positive impact in whatever way I can and think of day by day. And when I do that, I just feel so aligned and I just feel so right. And what takes me out of feeling like that is when I'm consuming other people's stuff constantly. And to a point where I feel like I'm out of control with consuming other people's stuff, where it's like I'm scrolling. I'm seeing so many different people's things every day, and I'm not doing it in like a intentful way or
intentional.
Yeah, intentional way. So that is my goal. I feel like everyone has, like you're saying, like their thing that they want to do with their hands that they have. Like I'm like, buy an object that will bring you happiness, but something that they find that they love, that brings them happiness and creativity and like helps them do kind of what I was saying is like bring beauty or bring, positive just
creation into the world in any way. I feel like just when you are so bombarded and you are consuming a lot, obviously it's just like so much noise. And sometimes it almost to me is like the thing people say when if you talk about something, it almost feels like you did it. I feel like sometimes when you consume so much content of other people, even if you look up to someone and they are trying all these new hobbies and doing things, it's like you don't feel like you did it, but you're kind of just, it's so much noise that you're not then actually taking action in your own life and living your own life. That was kind of what I was thinking about too this summer. It's just like living, like not on my phone a lot, not consuming a bunch of stuff and seeing, oh, what does this person think? Or I don't know, just living life and like creating stuff that I want to create. And that's why I think like that time every day dedicated to just like your thoughts and what you want to do is so important, because then you kind of remember all of that. You remember who you are and what you want to do, and it's not as much of a concern to you like what everyone else is up to.
I also think with journaling specifically for me, like one of the things that's nice about it, even at night, as you're saying, like doing it for 20 minutes at night, journaling specifically feels like a nightcap on my, it like feels like I'm recapping my day. Even if I'm not talking about what happened that day, I'm just like talking about my feelings, whether I'm sad, mad, whatever, putting it down on paper in not a pretty way, just writing it. And it feels like it allows me to kind of bookmark my life a little more, and it doesn't just all feel like one big blur. Kind of allows me to, okay, like put a,
like a cap on something.
Yeah, a cap on today, and allows me to move on to the next day, and like allows me a little bit to process my feelings of the day instead of carrying things to the next day that I don't need to necessarily, or even taking the good things and helps me notice, oh, this was a beautiful moment today, or this was so fun today, and lets me think about it again and even remember it a little bit more. Helps my memory. I don't know. It's been something that's so helpful for me, personally.
Yeah. I think journaling and just getting your thoughts out there it's so therapeutic. In the 2 times I've ever done it in my life, I've felt great.
Those are the 2 best days of my life.
No, literally. I really do need to journal. That's something I'm not good at. Sometimes I just feel like I can't implement so many habits or else I'm just not going to do that.
I feel like it actually has to come, not naturally. That's like the worst advice. I'm like, wait for motivation.
No,
but kind of.
No. My new literal life motto is wait for motivation. I'm not kidding. Because I was thinking I was talking to my dad about this. I'm like, I had to wait for this like workout thing I've been doing. I had to wait until I got motivation. I'm sorry. Yeah. There was no motivation 3 months prior. And I could have forced myself. I don't think I would have even felt drawn to it because I acted. I think though, the second you find a spark of motivation, act on it. Like that I think is true. But I'm honestly starting to believe less and less in like, the motivation's not going to be there. Just self-discipline. I'm like, I kind of feel like you have to really get into something that feels aligned. I really believe you'll naturally have an inkling towards it.
Like you don't need to get you started. I think there's a mixture. I think to get you started, you have to wait.
Yes.
And then to keep you going.
There's not always going to be
sometimes.
motivation to keep going. That is it. It's to get started. You actually do need to, because
For sure.
you have to feel something deep within you that wants it.
That's going to launch you into it.
Why are you doing it? Like,
For sure.
yeah, there's not motivation every single day. Of course, that's like a given. But yeah, I'm starting to just wait for motivation to strike with different things. Same with journaling. I'm like, I bet one day in my life,
For
5
sure.
years from now, I'm going to be like, I really want to journal. And I will buy that Louise Carmen and I will start.
Or maybe it's another
Journaling
one.
every
Maybe
day.
you'll see another journal and it'll be like, I love that journal. And then
And maybe it won't be the same one that I have.
I'm
Maybe
like,
you won't
maybe
be
you'll be
copying me.
unique.
And maybe it won't be this one and this color with these charms. I can't wait to see what journal you pick out.
That's great. My Enneagram 4 coming out. I'm like, no, I think you should stick to photography. Journaling's my thing.
I really think that even with the photography thing, there was an inkling that I've just been having this desire to shoot again.
Yeah.
If I didn't have that desire, why am I going to force something that doesn't?
Exactly. And I feel like
to wait.
I'm still laughing at that. It's reminding me of like big sisters. Just like when Abby and I were little, the dumbest things. Like, I like horses. You can't like horses too. Anyway, so just
Oh my gosh. I would
that.
literally, when I would have a friend who was like a sheep, I would literally test them and be like, my favorite soda's root beer. And then and they'd be like, me too. And then later I'd be like, it's actually Sprite. And they'd be like, me too. And I'd be like, interesting. Noted.
Okay, so you have no spine. Got it.
Clocked ya.
You're 7. You're like, you're a weak one. You can't be trusted. That's so funny. This is a random note, but I had to say it because Keaton obviously edits this podcast. And Nick was telling me the funniest thing. Keaton came over. They were like getting something in from our backyard. And Nick asked him something and he's like, I'm just not really in my, Keaton said, I'm just not really in my woodworking era. And Nick said him and Nick were both silent. He's just like, I hate myself. He's like, I've been editing this stupid podcast for hours listening to these girls talk and now I'm becoming them.
I'm not in my woodworking era. That is so funny.
He's like, we both went silent and just looked at each other.
That is
So funny.
hilarious. It's inevitable. When you start listening to something a lot, you start having similar mannerisms and stuff. Sometimes I genuinely feel as though I can't listen to certain podcasts because I'm going to subconsciously start copying their cadence or their terms that they use. I'm like, I literally need to stop.
No, same.
Like if it's similar to my podcast at all, I genuinely can't listen to it.
I know.
We should probably stop talking.
Yeah, we should.
It's a really long episode, but I hope you guys loved our summer itineraries. Hope you guys are excited for summer and that you have lots of fun plans. And even if you don't, it's okay. Just wait for the motivation to hit. When the motivation strikes that you want to go on a trip, get on that website and start booking. We love you guys. If you guys want to be a part of any of our upcoming episodes, you can follow us on Instagram at What We Said Podcast or on TikTok or really anywhere. And you can watch us on YouTube, What We Said Podcast. Love you guys. And that's what we said.
Bye. I'm like, bye. That's what we said. I'm sorry.
I was not feeling in my flow. Love you guys. And that's what we said.
Goodbye.